It is 10:40. We're waiting for the Nintendo Switch midnight release. It's almost time to get our hands on the console. We're gonna be heading over to GameStop in about an hour. 10 minutes till 12. They gave me this number earlier today when I went and paid off the console. We were able to sell our Nintendo Switch OLED on OfferUp. Found the perfect trade partner. It was crazy. We'll talk more about that later in this video. Let's get to GameStop and see how the situation is.
No.
5 minutes till midnight. Just pulled up. There's a little line. Okay. So as I'm editing the video, I realized that I had a lot of plot holes. I didn't record as much as I wanted to at the store. I was interacting with the people there in line, and I just wanted to enjoy and embrace the moment. But I do gotta give some feedback on the midnight release. GameStop was promoting it as a celebration for the Nintendo Switch for console gaming. We thought we were gonna have like a party atmosphere with maybe a little bit of music, some tournaments going on. I saw some other GameStops online were posting that they were doing that, or people online were posting that other GameStops were doing that celebration style midnight launch. And that is not what I got at my local GameStop. Now, I do get it. We had about 60 pre-orders with the consoles combined, and there was some extra consoles that got shipped in for people that didn't pre-order. I think it was about 15 or so. I'm rounding up the number. Rough estimate here. It was a little chaotic when I first arrived. No one knew what they were doing. There were two separate lines and different colors were being called upon. And as the night went on, things definitely got better, and the employees inside the store did a solid job getting everyone the console as fast as they could. With all the midnight releases I've been to, last night felt just like a standard business as usual. For whatever reason, didn't really expect that since it's been years. Actually, I was talking to my friend that works at Best Buy, shout out to Javi. He even sent me a picture to show me that Best Buy was giving out the first, I don't know, like 50, 60 people in line with the pre-order. They were gonna get a Nintendo Switch 2 token that said Best Buy 2025 and the other side Nintendo Switch 2. And I thought that was so cool, and I wish that more companies did that to celebrate something this big in the gaming industry. We know that this is the next generation of Nintendo. We know that the first Switch lasted about 8 years. We're gonna be playing the Switch 2 for a while, and I feel like with the digital world, everything getting ordered and shipped online, I thought that, turning back the clock should have had a little bit more than just a nostalgic, hey, what's going on? Let's get our console. All in all, I'm satisfied, I'm happy, I'm blessed, I'm grateful that I was able to get my hands on the console itself. So Best Buy was probably the best place to go to if you didn't have a pre-order. And if you did get that pre-order, it was probably the best experience overall because they were on top of their releases. All right, we got it. After an hour, yes, an hour at GameStop, we are finally out on our way home, ready to install, sign in, and get the console ready to game. I actually stopped by a Best Buy that is nearby. It was already past 1 a.m. Had quite a few people leaving already. We also saw some people like celebrating that they got the console, so that was pretty cool. We're gonna take a look at this Nintendo Switch 2 finally, which you see here. It has the sticker that says it includes the full game download. That is a knock on Nintendo. I wish we would have had the physical copy. I am collecting physical games, retro games, and I want to keep as many Nintendo Switch titles as I possibly can. Mario Kart World, at least at launch, they should have done the first batch with physical copies, in my opinion. I still went with this edition because it was $500 and I didn't want to pay $450 for the other one and then $80 separately. We have a nice big stand to hold the screen up so you could use the controllers individually. And then on the top, we got the solid red and white Nintendo logo. So let's open it up and see what we got inside the box. You can expect to get the Nintendo Switch 2 console, Joy-Con 2 left, Joy-Con 2 right. Immediately, as soon as I opened the box and pulled out the controllers, I felt like the controllers instantly were better built. It felt bigger. It wasn't as flimsy as the other ones. I have big hands. I'm a big dude. So the other ones were very uncomfortable for me. I can see myself playing with these Joy-Cons a little bit more than the last ones because it just sits better. Now, as far as the size of the screen, you guys by now already know the specs, but it is a little bigger than the regular Switch and the Switch OLED. So that is a welcome feature that I really enjoy. Even though I am sad about not getting the OLED screen, I'm happy that we are getting HDR. It is 1080p, and I've already tested it out on some games, and it does look better. If you did get the Mario Kart edition, you're gonna see that you're getting a digital code that you gotta scratch off and add to your account, which will stick with you as long as you're logged in. You also get an ultra high-speed HDMI cable. Then you got the grip and strap for each Joy-Con, Nintendo Switch AC adapter, USB-C charging cable, Nintendo Switch 2 dock. For launch titles, the biggest launch title for sure was Mario Kart World. Besides that, you can upgrade Zelda Breath of the Wild or Tears of the Kingdom, or you could even buy it brand new. You could buy Cyberpunk, you could buy Hitman, you could buy Yakuza, but those are remasters, remakes, and re-releases. In terms of a brand new game for the Switch 2, designed for the Switch 2, you're looking to get the GameCube expansion and Mario Kart World. Yakuza is a limited exclusive, meaning it's going to be limited to the Nintendo Switch 2 for a couple months, I believe, probably less than a year. So the HDMI is pretty standard. AC adapter is cool. I like that now the brick actually feels hefty. The dock feels heavier. There is a fan inside that now cools off the console if you're playing it on your TV with 4K resolution. I do like that when you're in handheld mode, the console could run up to 120 frames. And then the Joy-Con 2 grip, it has a very similar design to the original grip, but it has like a smooth feel to it. That's the best way I can describe it, honestly. So as you see, I got the setup going for handheld mode. I got the Switch right there. We unboxed it. I love the console so far from what I've tested. I've installed and updated everything. Of course, I'm going to upload tons of content. It's not going to be like the PS5 Pro. I got the PS5 Pro. I was a little selfish. I didn't upload as much as I would have liked, but I definitely enjoyed uploading the few videos that I did, and going forward with more games coming out on that console, you can expect more PS5 Pro content, as well as Xbox Series X and Nintendo Switch 2. Like, I don't discriminate gaming. I love gaming in general, and I hope you do too. I told you earlier in the video I wanted to save my story on how I sold the Switch. It was the Super Smash Bros. Edition. I wasn't including any games, just the accessories that came stock and the original packaging. I posted it on OfferUp for several days. A lot of people were lowballing me. Even worse, I tried seeing if GameStop had any specials for the trade-in, and they were offering about $110, and with the bonuses, it wasn't going to get me much further than that. Well, I was very patient to the last minute. It was basically a gift from the skies, if you will. He was looking for some brand new condition switches that he could modify. After going back and forth, we worked out a deal. We met with the guy. He couldn't be nicer. He was awesome. But the kicker here is that we got 6 games, and if you sum it all up in terms of value, we got our money back. Now, I'm gonna save the games that I got for a future video. That's in my next update when I'm showcasing the stuff that I have for the Switch 2. All right, that's it. I'm done rambling. I promise. For now. Thank you for tuning in. Happy Nintendo Switch 2 Day. Be sure to subscribe, like, and comment if you made it this far into the video. Come on.